Hi there, friends. Today, for our episode of Ed Closet on Demand, we are going to be taking a bite out of the media arts standards and how you can use them for arts integration with our friends at Buncee. So here's the thing. Many of you have seen my presentations on how to use Buncee. Like I did one about how to create a lesson on snow, on the science of snow in 6 minutes or less with this platform. And I don't get paid for this, but I have to show it to you again because they've updated some of the things that they offer. And not only that, but it is a fantastic tool to use with the new media arts standards, in particular, in integrating those standards with language arts standards found in Common Core and other state standards that you have available to you. The reason I love this tool so much is that it is so simple that teachers can use it, students can use it, parents can use it, and it doesn't take a lot to figure it out. And the other reason I like it so much, especially when paired with these new media arts standards, is that it really allows for those media arts standards to happen in multiple places in the school with integrity. So let's start at the very beginning. What I'm showing you right now is actually my Buncee screen. So what happens when I'm creating a Buncee? And I did that on purpose so that you're seeing this and not necessarily the view screen, so that I can show you some easy ways that you can, add things to a Buncee. But first, I want to talk about these media arts standards. Now, these are new with the new National Core Arts Standards. And in fact, a lot of states don't know what to do with them. Do you embed them into the visual arts standards and the music standards where appropriate, or do they stand alone by themselves? It can be very confusing. And with certification issues and everything, lots of states aren't sure what to do with them. Lots of teachers aren't sure what to do with them either because A, they either don't know that they exist, or B, they haven't really figured out what do these mean. So the first slide here is just kind of giving you an overview of the media arts standards. And in fact, and I'll share this with you in our show notes so that you can click on them. When you come into this screen, I actually have it hyperlinked to the mediaartseducation.org site so that you can go in and explore that. But in here, I love this definition because it really is, it does help us figure this out. Media arts is a unique medium of artistic expression that can amplify and integrate, yay, my fun word, the four traditional art forms by incorporating the technological advances of the contemporary world with emerging skill sets available to students and teachers. So essentially, they're pairing the technological advances going on right now. So any kind of technology platform, technology system, it doesn't even have to be on a computer, but the idea surrounding the technology is now integrated among standards across the four arts disciplines. So that is really exciting, especially when we're thinking about integration. So here's what I mean by that. If I go to my next slide over here, and I'm editing this, so I'm going to show you some fun ways to continue editing this. But what you'll notice is that here are some anchor standards from those media arts standards themselves. I pulled them right out of that document, and in fact, when you view it, you can click on this. It's hyperlinked over to the new media arts standards so that you can see all of them. But essentially, we have anchor standards in the media arts standards that cross disciplines. They're the same anchor standards for music, visual art, theater, and dance. But then we have these more explicit standards that are specific to the media arts. So for instance, in anchor standard number 4, select, analyze, and interpret artistic work for presentation. What does that look like? Well, in grade 4, because this says 4.1.4, that 4 indicates grade 4, in the producing section, that means demonstrate how a variety of academic arts and media forms and content may be mixed and coordinated into media artwork such as narrative, dance, and media. So when we're working with a Buncee, I'm going to show you how that fits in, but when we're working with a Buncee, essentially a Buncee is you're combining a bunch of different media into one presentation. I'll show you what that means in a heartbeat, but when you're doing that, you are meeting this standard. You're pulling from a variety of sources to create one presentation that you can share in a way that makes sense, that's cohesive and pulls it all together. So this standard works really nicely. Here's another one. In kindergarten, because the K right there indicates the K, so we've got media arts responding. In Anchor Standard 7, perceive and analyze artistic work, so we're analysis, which many of you should totally recognize as connecting directly with the Common Core literacy standards and math standards. In this example, we have recognize and share components and messages in media artworks. So students can, the kindergartners, even the littlest ones, have an opinion. They have an idea that they want to share, and they can use this platform to pull that together and to create that message in a very easy way. And then in Anchor Standard 5, we have develop and refine artistic techniques and work for presentation. So in this example, I believe, let's see, I need to extend this. See how easy this is to extend? It's just drag and drop, and it's very simple. Okay. So in this one, this is actually from the high school level. So we have demonstrate adaptation and innovation through the combination of tools, techniques, and content in standard and innovative ways to communicate intent in the production of media artwork. So when they create their presentation, and Buncees are so flexible, you can have them be very simple or very complex, depending on your skill level. Students can adapt what they want to be able to communicate through their Buncee in a variety of ways, and this to communicate a message, and this allows them to do that. So automatically you're connecting with these standards when using the Buncee. Now, here's the really cool part. Designing a lesson and an assessment through the Buncee that connects, that integrates the language arts standards and the media arts standards. Let me show you what that looks like. Okay. So in here, I decided to do a lesson about sharks. You know, sharks are a big thing right now, especially as we see more and more reports of shark attacks, and, you know, there's Sharknado, and this is a big pop culture piece right now that we're considering. So in this Buncee, I'm actually approaching these two standards. I've done it for grade 6. In media arts, we're looking at connecting. So research and show how media artworks and ideas relate to personal life, social, community, and cultural situations, such as personal identity, history, and entertainment. And then in my literacy standard, we've got integrate information presented in different media or formats, as well as in words to develop a coherent understanding of a topic or issue. Those are the two standards that I want to hit. They connect very nicely. In this lesson, I've just created one slide, and I could do this with whole group, or I could have this as a center, as something that students go and explore on their own. In here, we can have them, this is a clickable link over to an actual presentation on sharks. So students can watch something visually. In fact, if I go to the view here, and you can kind of see that, if I click on it, where's the link? There we go. If I click on it, it will take me to this whole presentation on the risk of shark attacks. I can watch it very simply, and then I can come right back into my presentation and read this article from Scientific American about shark bites being up, but the attack risk is being down. How is that possible? So I can go right in here. And in fact, if you are working with younger students, they have a version of this same article over on newsela.org. I'll put it in the show notes. That is able to be adapted per reading level. Same article, but you can adjust it based on reading level. So you could do either one depending on your student group. So students could use this slide as a way to research about shark attacks, to learn more about them, to understand the science of them, and I could even add more. I need to go back into the edit screen to show you that, but let me show you how to add more. If I want to add another element to that, I go into my plus tool, and then I can pick a media type. And I love the guru aspect here, because if I do a quick search for shark, or sharks. Let's just do sharks. Guru Learning pulls from learning resources across the internet. And you can find lots of different pieces over here on sharks. So this, like for instance, if I wanted to go look at, let's see, the New England Aquarium, I could choose that. If I want to do shark artwork, let's see if there's anything in shark artwork. The Smithsonian has a bunch of things over here all about sharks. So I can always preview it, but if I want to, I can simply add it into the Buncee. Look at how easy that is. It's a drag and a drop. See what I'm saying? That it's easy for teachers, it's easy for students. So even your youngest students can do it, but we can make it really complicated and complex for our advanced students if we need to as well. And then if I view that, all I have to do, it's right there. It automatically saves for me. I can go straight to it, click on that link, and it will take me to that collection. So I can take a look at that piece of artwork and maybe do a See, Think, Wonder on it for inquiry about sharks. Certainly a lot of different ways that I could use that. But again, I can make this lesson really come to life using both the media art standards we're researching, obviously, as well as figuring out how to pull these media pieces together and what those media pieces are actually saying about sharks. And then I'm also looking to integrate the information from these varied sources and figure out what's the overall message about sharks, shark bites, etc. Now, if I go back out and I go to look at my assignment, let me show you how I can actually go one step further. If I go back out to my Buncee navigation, I've already added an assignment here. So I've created this assignment and given it to my students. You can upload your students into the system with a CSV file very simply, or you can just print this out, add it to your slide presentation, and that can be their next step. Simple. I want my students to create a presentation that shares your research on the relationship between sharks, humans, and the environment. And here are the 3 things that I'm going to be looking for: their references, their design, and that it's a cohesive message. And in that, I am hitting those original 2 standards. Now, by assigning this to my students, they can create their own Buncee, their own version of this with the drag and drop that I showed you earlier, where they're using their media arts skills to integrate and create something that demonstrates these 3 items. Okay, it allows them to learn more about sharks, to demonstrate that, to create artwork. I mean, they could create their own artwork if they wanted and upload it into this in any capacity. Sound, you can have audio recordings, you can have multimedia presentations going on right from here. And then you can stitch those together and create an entire class presentation on sharks. The possibilities here are endless. So I wanted to give you this brief overview of how you can connect those standards really simply using this wonderful platform. And also to provide you with something that you can take back and maybe implement yourself. So I will share this Buncee on our show notes today. You are free to download it, edit it, do whatever you'd like to it. And I hope that this has been helpful to you in figuring out how to integrate with those new media arts standards. If you have any questions, as always, you can get in touch with me directly at susan@educationcloset.com. And for more ideas like this, please be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/educationcloset. Until next week, I'll see you later. Thanks so much.